There's a specific feeling I get every 4th of July, and I can't really shake it. It's not fear exactly. It's more like awareness. Like something in the back of my head learned something that night that it never forgot. This was 4 years ago. I was 23 at that time. I grew up in a small town, the kind of place where the 4th of July is basically a religion. The whole neighborhood goes dark for 5 minutes and then explodes all at once. It's one of the most genuinely beautiful things I've ever seen growing up. That year, my older sister had just moved into a new house on the edge of town. Her place was the last one on the street before everything opened up into farmland. Beyond her backyard fence, just a dirt path, a dry creek bed, and open fields as far as you could see. She invited me and a few friends over. Small group, cookout, some drinks, a box of consumer fireworks. A perfect summer night. We ate around 6. Kids in the street with sparklers. Everyone relaxed and happy. By the time it got dark enough to start, it was just after 9. The municipal show was happening downtown. You could see the high-altitude ones over the tree line from her backyard. So we had 2 shows at once. Our little one in the driveway and the cities in the distance. For the first hour, everything was perfect. People laughing, someone's playlist going, the whole thing. My sister was sitting in a lawn chair, just glowing in the light of a sparkler. That's the version of that night I try to hold on to. Around 10:30, my brother-in-law had burned through most of what we had. He moved to the back fence to set off the last few mortars. Cleaner shot from there, away from the house. That's when I noticed a light in the field. Small, orange, maybe a quarter mile out. I figured it was someone else doing the same thing we were. Another family, another backyard set up somewhere on the property out there. I pointed it out to my friend standing next to me. He squinted. Yeah, probably just some people. We went back to watching the fireworks, but I kept glancing back at it. And here's what bothered me. It wasn't moving the way fire moves. It wasn't spreading, not flickering like a bonfire. It was just sitting there, perfectly still, like a lantern someone was holding. After our last mortar went up, most people drifted inside. It was close to 11, tired, a little drunk, winding down. I stayed outside. My friend stayed with me. We leaned on the fence and watched the light without saying much. Then he said, "Is that getting closer?" I looked harder. It was, slowly, but moving in a straight line, directly toward us. And as it got closer, I could tell it wasn't a fire. It was a flashlight. Someone walking through the field. Beam pointed slightly down at the ground. My friend laughed a little. Probably just someone cutting through. There's a neighborhood on the other side. That made sense. I let myself relax. We watched it come closer. And then it stopped. About 50 feet from the fence, just stopped. We stood there waiting. The light didn't move. Whoever was holding it just stood there. My friend called out, "Hey, you good up there?" Nothing. I tried. "You need help finding the path?" Nothing. The flashlight was angled at the ground so we couldn't see past the beam. Couldn't make out a face, a silhouette, anything. Just the edge of the light in the dirt. We waited. Fireworks still going off down the street. People cheering somewhere. But right there at the fence, completely quiet. Then the light clicked off. Total darkness. My friend and I both stepped back from the fence at the exact same moment without saying a word to each other. We stood there, listening. 30 seconds, maybe a minute. I told him I was going to get my brother-in-law. I walked to the back door, not running but fast. I found him inside and told him what happened. He laughed it off, grabbed his phone and came out to humor me. We walked back to the fence. The field was empty, dark, nothing. He shrugged. "See? Probably just someone who panicked when you yelled." Then he shone his phone flashlight out over the fence, slowly scanning the field. 20 feet out, not 50, 20. There were footprints in the dry dirt, coming toward the fence and stopping right there, like someone had walked almost all the way up, stood completely still, and then we just didn't see them leave, didn't hear them leave. We were standing there the whole time. Nobody said anything for a second. Then my brother-in-law said very quietly, "Let's go inside." We did. My sister called the non-emergency line that night. Officer took the address, said they'd patrol the road. I've run through every explanation. Drunk neighbor, someone cutting through who got scared, a teenager messing around. Maybe, sure. But none of that explains why someone would walk that close, go completely silent when spoken to, and then disappear in the 30 seconds it took me to walk to the back door and back. My sister sold the house 2 years later. Before she moved out, she mentioned something she'd never told anyone from that night. After we all went inside, she went to her bedroom. Her window faces the backyard. She looked out. The light was back, standing at the fence line. She watched it for a few minutes. Then she closed the blinds and went to bed. She never told her husband. Nothing happened that night. Nobody got hurt. We never found out who it was. But I think about it every 4th of July when the fireworks go up and everyone's looking at the sky and the whole neighborhood is loud and bright and distracted. It's easy for someone to just stand in the dark and watch you. And you'd never know.